has always been our mandate to get into production and then enter into those offtake agreements. It's really important that we do it this way because the offtakers, the distributors, want to actually see that helium is coming out of the plant in pure form. But before all of this, we have talked to several offtakers, and now we will be having offtakers on site over the coming weeks.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Bo Sears, the CEO of HeLIX Exploration. Bo, congratulations on that production. The stock down nearly 10% today. What's going on?
Well, Stephen, thanks for having me on. I think some of that, the news, the pre-production news had already been baked into our stock, but I want to put this into context here. First, we are the first producer in the entire state of Montana, the grand state of Montana. That is a milestone in itself. And secondly, I think it's really important to note that from IPO in April of 24 to today, that's 22 months. Not a single helium explorer, publicly traded explorer, has done what we have done. Compare that to our peers. So this is an incredible milestone for our company, and we couldn't be more excited that we have moved as quickly as we have.
Bo, now that production started, what's your strategy for offtake agreements and why were these not finalized ahead of production?
That's a great question, and I think a lot of investors need to understand our mandate here. So the helium exploration world is essentially a graveyard of folks that promise and don't deliver. So it has always been our mandate to get into production and then enter into those offtake agreements. It's really important that we do it this way because the offtakers, the distributors, want to actually see that helium is coming out of the plant in pure form. But before all of this, we have talked to several offtakers, and now we will be having offtakers on site over the coming weeks and start selling our helium. It's quite an exciting movement here.
Can you share details on the quality of helium being produced at Rudyard? What's the purity and how does it compare to industry standards?
It's going to be ultra high purity helium. This plant was designed for 5 nines pure helium. That's 99.999% pure. That's what we're going to get. It's the plant. If you could look on socials, we have filled our balloon. It ran to the roof as quickly as possible. So as far as industry standards comparisons, you can sell helium at various stages of purity. The balloon grade is about 98% pure. And then you get up to ultra high purity, which is what we have, and that just opens up our market even further. So this is a stellar plant. We've had a stellar team in Wakota and New Wave helping us out with this. So we are really excited about the quality of helium being produced.
What's the current and expected field output in terms of MCF per day from the 3 producing wells, and how might this change as you scale up?
So right now we have 3 wells tied into the plant. We have built the gathering system. So we're right now we are expecting production about 1,500 MCF per day. That's 1.5 million per well. That's just, we're starting off at a very prudent flow rate. And then we will tie in the iron as well here in short order, and that should max out our plant at about 6 million cubic feet of input gas per day. So that would be the equivalent of about 65,000 cubic feet per day. So that's at $500. That's a lot of helium and a lot of revenue.
But what happened at Inez? The snapping off sounds serious.
Yeah, it's not as serious as you might think, Stephen. It's actually a standard. We were drilling through a very small diameter pipe, and so it just happens sometimes. The drill string twisted off from the drill collars. The collars actually add weight to the drill bit. So we're going to go back in there and fish those out. What's important to note is this does nothing for had no effect on our helium production zone. Everything is normal. It doesn't do anything for our hydrogen prospectivity either. Both are still very much intact. We just need to get this stuff out of the hole, and then we'll go back after it when we have finished all of our other requirements with the plant.
Well, Bo, congratulations again on this latest milestone. I hope you'll keep us updated with progress.
Thanks, Stephen, very much.
Bo Sears, the CEO of HeLIX Exploration.